Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're navigating a really fascinating and I think sometimes fraught intersection of consumer tech and clinical care.
Hmm.
We've been looking at a stack of recent reports on dentures
Hmm.
marketed for, quick at-home DIY installation.
That's right. And our mission today is really a targeted analysis. We're looking at the marketing claims versus what the consumer feedback actually says and, what the current transparency standards are.
It's all about what happens when a product promises a medical grade result, but outside of a professional setting.
Exactly. And we should get this out of the way right up top.
Oh yes, disclaimer.
This is educational commentary. It's an analysis of consumer reports, and it is absolutely not medical advice.
So important. Okay, so let's get into the pitch these companies are making.
Well, it's heavily marketed online, as you'd expect. The promise is a cheap, custom-fit set of dentures delivered quickly.
And they're using some pretty impressive sounding language.
Oh, absolutely. AI-powered design, medical-grade materials, and the big one, all installable without ever seeing a dental professional. That's the core value proposition.
Okay, let's start right there with that core premise. A guaranteed custom fit. I mean, we're talking about something that traditionally involves individualized impressions, manual adjustments.
All done by a trained professional.
Yeah. So what's the established professional view on getting that level of customization from a mail order kit?
Look, the professional consensus is pretty straightforward, and it's highly critical.
I can imagine.
Licensed dentists, they really emphasize that truly individualized impressions are necessary. They have to be. Every single person's mouth is completely unique.
You're dealing with soft tissues, different bone structures.
Exactly. Complex stuff. The source material we reviewed consistently highlights that bypassing those traditional professional techniques runs, well, directly against the established standards for getting an accurate and a lasting fit.
So the core conflict here is really professional standards versus, well, the ultimate consumer convenience.
That's the trade-off.
So how did the review tackle the substance behind the technical claims? I'm talking specifically about that AI-powered customization and the medical-grade materials.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. The analysis pointed to two major areas of concern when it comes to verification.
Okay.
First is the regulatory status. So, official medical testing or clearance, something like an FDA approval for these self-service denture products, is widely reported as unverified.
Unverified.
Yeah.
So the consumer is basically operating without that high-stakes quality assurance you'd expect from a regulated medical product.
That's it. So we're not just questioning the fit, we're questioning the verifiable quality of the materials themselves.
And what about the AI part of it? Is this, complex biomechanical modeling, or is it mostly just marketing language?
It appears to be, let's say, elevated terminology used for advertising.
I see.
The analysis suggested that AI-powered customization often just means, in practice, something like rudimentary digital image scaling, not the complex, nuanced modeling you'd need for a true prosthetic.
So there's this disconnect between the technological pitch and the delivered reality.
A significant disconnect. That, plus some concerns about fabricated marketing visuals, just points to a lack of independent scientific substantiation.
So the critical insight here is the risk trade-off. You're basically trading a known professional guarantee for what sounds like algorithmic guesswork.
In a highly non-standardized field like restorative dentistry, yes. And that trade-off is reflected almost immediately in the consumer outcomes.
So what does that look like? What are the reports saying about the final product that arrives at someone's door?
Well, independent feedback consistently reports inconsistency, both in the material quality and, of course, in the accuracy of the fit. One detailed report we looked at, it summarized a whole range of consumer complaints. It described the final result as feeling, and I'm quoting here, completely foreign. That just highlights the huge variance and lack of reliability.
But the affordability has to be a major factor, right? For people with limited budgets, maybe minor fit issues are worth it.
The affordability appeal is clear, and it's powerful. I mean, it addresses a real accessibility need, no question.
Right.
But the analysis shows the risk goes beyond just minor discomfort. Independent site scans also flagged characteristics that are consistent with low consumer trust scores for the vendor websites themselves.
So it's not just the product.
It's the whole ecosystem. Unreliable online storefronts often go hand in hand with poor fulfillment and a lack of any real customer service. This just compounds the frustration when the product, inevitably fails to meet the advertised claims.
So that affordability comes with a much higher, much more complex risk profile. It covers the product, the materials, and the entire transaction.
That's the synthesis right there. All this information just highlights the absolute necessity of consumer due diligence, especially when marketing claims, involving these specific medically important results lack any kind of independent professional verification or regulatory oversight.
This deep dive really gives you the knowledge to understand that risk spectrum. And, that leads us to our final thought for you to explore.
Yeah, and it's a big one. Given the total reliance on human nuance, on individualized impressions, on professional adjustments in the dental field, how far can technology, or maybe how far should it, push the boundary of self-administered medical results?
For the cost of that convenience outweighs the benefit of true professional quality assurance. Something to chew on.